for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Review channel of YouTube. I am Thomas Metal 75. This is your Massachusetts Beer Review. Today, I have a Canadian beer, brewed and bottled by Molson, Canada, Toronto, Canada, the one and only Molson Canadian. Molson Canadian is owned by the Molson Coors Brewing Company. They merged with Coors in 2005, I believe, making them the 7th largest brewery in the world. Molson Canadian came out debuted in 1959 up in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They say on the Molson Canadian website that, let me see if I can get the information for you all. 5.0% ABV beer. Molson Canadian is made from the best this land, Canada, has to offer. Canadian water, prairie barley, and no preservatives. The result is a beer as clean, crisp, and fresh as the country it comes from. Molson Canadian, made from Canada. And today is Wednesday. November 4th, 2015. Just finished a examination today with Ronald Theriot of Louisiana Beer Reviews of the Liberty Ale from Anchor. And I used this tulip glass, so that is what I will use for my Canadian, Molson. Now, Molson Canadian also, in their range of beers, has 67 calorie beer. They're in a wide mouth, this Canadian. A special lagered for the draft only. 6% cold shots, and their cider. Gets a 76 from the Bros on Beer Advocate. 68 overall pour score on Beer Advocate. It's kind of a cool cap with the Canadian maple leaf. Let's pour it into our tulip glass. Again, it is a 5.0% alcohol by volume American adjunct lager. The adjuncts, they do not tell you what they are in this beer. So I imagine corn could be the ingredient. So I don't know how well it shows up on camera here, but it's in the light, it's definitely a dark golden color. It's a little bit darker than Miller High Life or Schlitz or Pabst Blue Ribbon beer for sure. And I thought it would create a much larger head, but it looks pretty nice in this glass. So it doesn't overflow. 2 fingers, bright white, sudsy, foamy. Sort of pop. Yeah, fizz. And it looks like it's got a fairly decent charge. So, let's get us a smell test of this Molson Canadian. And just as true to this being that adjunct lager style, I'm definitely picking up on some corn adjunct, grainy, husky, sweet notes to that beer immediately. Almost, with the head, it's almost got a soda water-like consistency in the smell. I think probably very, very light hops, if any are really detectable. They could also be using hop extract to cut down on some costs. But yeah, overall the aroma is light and faint as an American style lager should be, or will be. So Let's try the Molson Canadians on camera. Cheers, guys. Very crisp. It's very refreshing. I think it's overall a clean taste, but it does leave you with that vegetal grain husk, corn adjunct type flavors. It does leave you with that. That's about the main, really to me, that's about the main note I get from that beer. At least when I put it in a glass here. It's just got that vegetal, big corn, barley malt kind of a sweetness. I'm not really, at this point in time, I'm not really detecting a whole bunch more. It's basically the Molson Canadian is really holding up to that taste profile, with that taste profile is what I meant to say. It's not really fluctuating from that big corn type of a taste, sweet corn. The body has definitely got some lightness to it. No charge. But this is fairly charged in its carbonation. Let me think about my letter grading and why I've come to that conclusion of Molson Canadian. Must have another gulp for thoughts. It's a very consistent beer, as your American adjunct lagers in flavor will be. Yeah, I'm thinking about giving this beer overall, as an adjunct lager, it's pretty standard with what you'll find in the United States. I think as an adjunct beer overall, I remember liking this a lot more during the Louisiana Beer Review examination than I do now. All I'm noticing at the moment is those big corn and vegetal type flavors. It's almost one-dimensional in that regard. I guess I would give that beer a straight, straight C. That's okay with me. The some people might not like those kind of aggressive adjunct type notes to their beer. But to me, it's not really offensive, nor is it really something that I desire. It's just, okay, standard beer. So I'll give it a C. It's in line with all your other American adjunct lagers. And as far as the Canadian beers in the style are concerned, I would totally go for the Moosehead over this one any day. So, that's been Massachusetts Beer Reviews examining Molson Canadian. Till next time, just keep tasting those great beers. See you soon.